Yeah. Whew. What's up, YouTube? It's still Horny Homemaker here. I just got home from the pantry that I volunteer at, and I have a bunch of clothes drying out there, and this room is the only room that has the vent shut because the heat's on in here. So, well, I have that going on. I'm going to be putting my food on the table that was out in the animatronic room. I'm going to use that to put my food on until I can get this place to cool down some. And anything that needs to be frozen or refrigerated can go in that refrigerator in here. For now, at least. Because I'm not going out in any other room for a while. Unless I absolutely need something. This room is the only room that has any kind of coolness to it. You can see what I'm talking about. That's it. And now I can show you my little haul that I have from the food pantry. I volunteer it. This is what I go here. Because that's going to the bathroom whenever I cool down from my walk, because I just carried all this stuff here, and it was heavy, it was hot, and I am in the only room of my apartment that doesn't have heat on right now. So I'm in no hurry to go out of this room. Now I got this really nice golden tablecloth used for a backdrop or something. Use that to put on my wall somehow. It's stretching a little bit. It's nice. Thrilled about that. I have. Anytime you see me wearing a sleeveless shirt, it's for house cleaning. But there's nobody that said you have to look hideous when you house clean, so I like to look cute when I house clean too. And this is perfect. I filmed this. House cleaning. Sarcasm loading, please wait. And laundry detergent too. Cheap laundry detergent, but laundry detergent nevertheless. And this is going to be covering the door, one of my doors. And I thought this was pretty. I don't know whether I want to put this on the wall or use it as a tablecloth. And we have another house cleaning shirt here. Hustle 99. Everything because there is a huge wraparound. To avoid carrying an extra bag, which I would have had to if I didn't do this. I got one of those scarves that they were giving away and tied my bag to my backpack. That way it was more hands-free, but evenly distributed. And it's got to be in the 90s outside. So carrying all these bags in 90-degree heat with my backpack that I got. I needed a backpack today. My pastor that usually gives me a ride from the pantry, she is out of town today, so I had extra work to do, which I didn't mind. I love going to that church. It's the only time I really socialize. So I was working a little bit extra today. Now I can show you what I got from the pantry. My clothes supplies. Save that for last. And got this for I don't know, nice little interior for if I don't know, if I get an animatronic that I want to dress up. This I thought was cool for something to lounge in. Loungewear that doubles as something to put over top night of karaoke or something. Let out. Now we have. Thought this was kind of cool to have as an overpiece. It's long and button up, so make a nice overcoat for something. nice little top shirt going out. Since fall's coming, I have to get ready for cold weather. And this is for when I start doing my Golden Girls stuff as Blanche at some point. Once I get all the supplies I need to transform myself, that's when I'll do that. Another piece of nice loungewear around the house when I'm not cleaning. Same with this, in red. I love the fabric. This, Daytona Beach. That's where I came from before I got here to St. Louis. Cute little jean dress. That was cute. So it uses an accessory or something. More house cleaning charts. Basic ones. This is pretty for hanging for a decoration. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, probably to tie up something. Perfect long coat for going to karaoke, because I can wear that during my performance. This was a nice pattern, but it has a donkey stain on it, so I'm just going to wash it and use that for a fancy rag. Washcloth. Who's to say your washcloth can't be a cutesy color? Oversized pillowcase that I'm going to use for a laundry bag. And by the way, if you guys are typing in the chat, that's awesome. But I have my chat hidden until I take care of the thing. This is plain. Does it have any designs on it or anything? Nope. Just a regular house cleaning shirt. All my sleeveless shirts are only worn in here during house cleaning. What is this? Right, get to the grand finale of my alright. Y'all ready for the grand finale? Well, I'm gonna put this back. Put this in the fridge. This cute little thing too. Now, grand finale time. I love that. And it's gotta be my favorite. Now that's all out of the way. I'm going to stay in here for a little bit, just a moment, and find my scissors too. Did I put them down on the floor? Or in the drawer? Yeah, they're on the floor, I hope. Yeah. Good. Over here it's going to be over there. Oh, Mr. Cam. Yeah. Just to make this something to hang. Hang these on the wall right above my bed. It says, kiss me. The reason I cut that is because I am definitely not Irish. So, that one goes wrapped. Now, since this has donkey shit on it, I'm not going to go near that. I'm just going to use this for washcloths. You can never have too many washcloths either. I'm telling you, they're amazing. Better than to have a huge amount of washcloths and not have enough of them, or have none. And I'm gonna have to move some shit around here. Carry that one. Well, put you on my table over there then. So I have room to work. Yes. Good. long shot room. Now I have room for this. I dull these scissors by overusing them already. I feel like I might have. See, well, if I make that fabric. By the way, there may be a talent show coming up at this church too. I presented the idea to a few people and they loved it. They're going to be presenting it to the head honcho and I'm going to see what's up. So, and it will probably be the first time I did a talent show outside of a shelter or any kind of institutionalizing place. I remember I orchestrated a talent show at a detention center, and I orchestrated a talent show at a transitional housing facility. So this is probably the first talent show I'll be orchestrating in a public place. Wow, that it literally just hit me. If they approve this talent show, it'll be the first one I ever do in for the public, the general public. Thus far, I've only done them in mental hospital. No, I didn't do any mental hospitals. I did two in homeless shelters. No, one in a homeless shelter, one in a detention center, and one in a transitional housing facility, which is kind of like a homeless shelter, but it's not really. Homeless shelters are for people who don't want to get any help and just want to beg. Nevertheless, I did one there. But there might be one at the church. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to an answer on that. And I'll be able to sing some ABBA songs. close to the skin as I can. As soon as I finish cutting this to size, I'm going to be off camera for a bit, just checking on the laundry and the bathroom. And if everything's dry, then I'll turn the air on and bring everything in here. I'd like to hang this in the kitchen, make it look like there's a window or a curtain there. I'm going to go out where there's for a moment and go because I'm going to need to run. Make this really, really quick. Since it's so damn hot out. I'm going to be right back once I see what's wet and what's dry. It should all be dry. I'll just turn the air on. Oh, I didn't even realize I was on camera. Change the position here. There you are. Let's go with the lunch bag. Bag until I find me on the trunk and I put it on. Yeah, I'm just gonna crumble this up. This is a wrinkle. Cutesy clothes here. Some clothes. There. On this, let's keep these because I'm still not going out there yet. Now, I don't have a glass on my bed. Right. Now. On. So just make them look neat. How about hang this in the kitchen? Cutesy. Once I get this trimmed up right. Now, since it keeps slipping around, maybe I'll just put some fake curtains around it. Yeah, I'm gonna put something on the sides of it to cover the jagged edges. this. Change this up. It looks good. The way it is. Almost so wonky. Hang that too to make it look like a little window. How big is this? Perfect size for a placemat. Good. There's a placemat. When I eat. A matching napkin. That's a little bit. That's uneven as hell. Oh well. Cut it in half. Well, kind of in half. That way, even it up, and then I could have a coaster. Slides everywhere. Trouble with cutting fabric. The easiest fabric to cut neatly would be plaid, like regular plaid, because you can cut on one of the lines. There's a napkin. A napkin coaster. Napkin. Placemat. Now that's all done. Open this lip down here. All this I got pantry. So get it sorted out. That's the best for me. Try something up. I'm definitely gonna wait until it gets cooler in here to go out, or at least until I finish doing everything that I can possibly do while I'm in here. And because I don't have a room for a big trash can, I have to make everything small pieces to fit into my trash bags. Which is fine because I can do that sitting down and relax while I relax a little. It doesn't require too much of anything. Junk drawer. Oh, and like I said, I have to get the thing taken care of first before I allow any chat messages. So what I'm going to be doing, if I can't get it taken care of before then I'm going to be going to a library to print out some paperwork for the thing on September 15th, and I'm going to be mailing it in so that I can get the thing taken care of. So at the very latest, it'll be after September 15th. But I will, most likely it'll be sometime around the end of this year if I have to mail some paperwork in for it, that is. But anyone wants to help me with the thing, like I said, my mother works at Core and Main Fire Protection in Columbia, Maryland, and her name is Brenda. Look her up, give her a call, and get her to help me with the thing. And if you don't know what the thing is, ask somebody. Talk amongst yourselves. I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful week, by the way. And I do apologize for being unable to chat. But there have been a lot of issues surrounding the thing, and the thing has created a whole shit ton of material for haters and trolls to discuss, and that's all I really hear about anymore. So I hope you're all doing well, and I apologize for only being accessible by Cameo request. And if anybody out there is commenting or anything about me looking high or tweaking, yes, thank you for noticing and pointing that out. I am, because it helps me get shit done, and it helps kill hunger when there's limited food access in my kitchen and I can't afford anything. and I'm waiting for my food stamp. So, kills my hunger. And I never keep any of that shit around here. I only keep whatever is left in my pipe afterwards. Which is right now empty. Which is fine because I got my food. And my food stamps come in on Sunday, so I have enough here to pig out on all day tomorrow and Saturday. Not a care in the world. Only when I can't, when I know I'm not going to be able to pig out or I'm facing starvation is when I will do that shit. It's the only thing that helps me with my hunger. When food's not an option. Out of food is my next task. Forgot this. And you know, even suburban housewives need a little help from something that gives them energy. There's a song in the 60s called Mother's Little Helper. It's about a housewife who goes and running for the shelter of her mother's little helper. Outside the door, she took 4 more, but a drag it is getting old. Listen to that song, it's a good one. I can't play it, copyright issues, but. And then there was a thing about, one whole season of Desperate Housewives had brought that to light and addressed that issue with Lynette running into the medicine cabinet of her during her kids' play dates and taking the kids' ADHD medicine. She wound up cleaning her entire house and then creating costumes for the kids' plays that they were in. And yeah. And since I have OCD, it helps me out medicinally. Just goes in the kitchen too. That's voice. That's that. Now, what else I was gonna do? Like this. I'm gonna go to the kitchen. And you guys can come with me. Just putting some shit away before I hydrate myself and take a little water break. And I'll show you guys how I do my laundry with no washer or dryer. Sorry I'm off screen, I'm filling the pot up. know where the crack is in this. And here for now. I'm gonna wash. This here is ready for next Thursday. I'll just let this sit. And until I get proper lighting, all my dishes are going to be washed on an as-needed basis. So what I like to do to make sure my clothes or whatever I wash are sterilized or clean as much as possible, I have this trash can right here with some wall decor that I'm going to be using. I have my graphics from old charts cut up and put in here. Give them a final rinse before I put them away to hang on the wall, and these are just the other pieces that I'm going to use for washcloths and such. What I like to do for clothes, put as much in here as possible. Shampoo, soap, conditioner, anything along that line, you can squirt in here, and then fill it up with pots of boiling water. So it takes about 10 minutes for that pot to boil, and I will be popping out off the stream every 10 minutes to fill that up. So I don't have to carry everything back and forth. Now we're gonna have a little hydration break once I put this in the bathroom. Anything else that needs to go anywhere? True, but I'll do that after. So, yeah. Alright. The only thing I'm going to allow myself to do right now during my hydration break is get up and empty those pots. Camera. So I sort those out, and I tend to wash them before I put them in their final place. Unless they have sequins on them or qualify as dress up, but then I'll just put them away. So for now, hydration break until this is gone, and then I'll work on putting the food away. Whew. Is that more shit down there? Damn if it isn't. Well, that goes in the wash. And then let's wash. After I deal with the food, then I'm going to sort through that and see what goes in that pile for my next wash and go from there. Ah, man. Well, I'm not going to discuss what the thing is, but that's my rule. And while I'm sitting here taking a break, I'll let something else discuss that for me, if I can find it.
They threw me out on a Tuesday night.
This is the thing.
Bible in one hand, suitcase in the other. Love the sinner, hate the sin, they cried. Then slammed the door on their only son. I slept in alleys, I begged for change, fought the cold and the cops and the shame. But every dawn I heard her meow in my brain. Sophie, Sophie, keep pushing through the pain. They swore if I got 4 walls and a key, I could take my girl and finally be free. I clawed my way up, found this roach motel, signed the lease with shaking hands and a prayer from hell. But they lied, kept my Sophie just to watch me bleed. Tangle her pictures, say she's better off without me. They weaponize love like a guillotine. But I won't break, I won't break. I'm still here fighting dirty for my queen. So I dance through strangers, skin on skin. Every touch a middle finger to them. Names I don't remember, nights I won't forget. Trying to fill the hole they carved when they left. They called my boss, they spread the lies, froze my accounts, prayed I'd die. But I kept the lights on, kept the rent paid, kept my head up high while the knives were laid. You'll crawl back, you'll burn. That cat's not yours, she never was. I hear you, but I don't care. You can take my blood, you can take my name, but you can't kill the fire in this heart of flame. Every man I kiss is another brick I lay, building walls you'll never break, come what may. Sophie waits behind your locked up door, counting days like I do, pacing the floor. I feel her whiskers, I hear her purr. In every lonely night she's still with her. One day I'll win, I'll win. I'll walk through your door and I'll take what's mine. Sophie in my arms, purring in the sunshine. You can keep your shame, keep your twisted pride. I'm the son you threw away, who learned how to fly. I'll forgive or I won't, but I'll never forget. Every scar you gave me made me stronger yet. Till that morning comes, I'll live loud and free. For every boy they hated, and for Sophie. Hang on, little light, Daddy's coming home. One day, we'll both be home. Lights fade to a single warm spotlight. On the photo chase, kisses, it gently black out.
That's the thing. And like I said, I'm not discussing it, but I'll play that song to let everybody know what the thing is. That's all I'm saying. I'm not. And if anybody is familiar with the TV show The Nanny, that's my inspiration for calling it The Thing. When Fran Fine and Mr. Sheffield are on a plane, they experience a lot of turbulence and get terrified, and Maxwell Sheffield says to Fran, "I love you," and then he takes it back. So throughout a lot of that series, they called that The Thing. So that's why where I got that from. But I have my own version of The Thing. And it's time for another pack to be dumped. Be right back in a moment. I'm back. I think I'll do this. I'll record for another, it's 1:17. I'll go for 2 hours, I think. Well, let's see. What can I do? Well, what am I, the food, that's what I'm doing next. But not doing anything else until this is gone. Hydration time. Actually, since it's kind of boring just sitting here watching me drink water, might as well have some music playing that is not copywritten.
Chase the cat and his clothes in a box. His daddy won't give him back his cat. Chase the cat and his clothes in a box. His daddy won't give him back his cat. Chase the cat and his clothes in a box. His daddy won't give him back his cat. Chase the cat and his clothes in a box. His daddy won't give him back his cat. 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 He says that his father Kenneth is a liar. He says that his father Kenneth is a liar. 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 And his daddy won't give him back. His daddy won't give him back his cat. 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 And his mother's a bitch too, but that's a whole different story. His mother's a bitch too, but that's a whole different story. His mother's a bitch too, but that's a whole different story. His mother's a bitch too, but that's a whole different story. His daddy won't give him back his cat. 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 him back his cat. His daddy won't give him back his cat. Chase the cat and his clothes in a box. His daddy won't give him. Sweet Chase, sorry black, a pack of done is serving black. Born in the show me state, out there pimping in the neighborhood. Chase, go through men like your mama doing Marlboro. No regrets, he's staying high demand, and these fellas wanna stay. They got diabetes, he's so sweet. He's sweet. They all on their phones. When I bring them home, you want out, you can go. Get the fuck out the door. They all on their phones. When I bring them home, you want out, you can go. Get the fuck out the door. And these fellas wanna stay. They got diabetes. He's so sweet. Sweet Chase. Sweet Chase. Sweet Chase. They all on their phones. When I bring them home, you want out, you can go. Get the fuck out the door. They all on their phones. When I bring them home, you want out, you can go. Get the fuck out the door. Sweet Chase. Sweet Chase. Sweet Chase. Sweet Chase. Out the door. Sweet Chase. Sweet Chase. Sweet Chase.
Down the avenue, he saunters. Mr. Money talks in his brand new sequin suit, and they're watching as he takes the corner, because he's gonna make his move. They're looking at you. Chase, don't you chase me, baby. Oh, Chase, I can't face you. Oh, Chase, I'm going crazy, baby. Oh, Chase, take me. There's a kid from Minnesota, from down under, Perth from back east, New Jersey. There's a trust fund baby, a couple friends from Memphis, and they're following his lead. Look what he did. Oh, Chase, don't you chase me, baby. Oh, Chase, I can't face you. Oh, Chase, I'm going crazy, baby. Oh, Chase, take me. Chase, Chase, he's not the type of guy you bring home to mama, but he's the type of guy you wanna. When he walks by, they say there goes trouble, but I want it, I want it. Oh, Chase, don't you chase me, baby. Oh, Chase, I can't face you. Oh, Chase, I'm going crazy, baby. Oh, Chase, take me. Chase, Chase,
can stay here because that's what I eat first. So I didn't know what that was, and that might be copyright, so get that. Ah, one more trip. Hey, man. Yeah. Food to put away. Now. Organize, sort those clothes out that I just got. That I'm going to be putting away and what needs to be washed. I right away. That. I tend to wash them if they're not sequiny. Before I put them away, because I have seen some stains and shit on these things, on their clothes, and nope. Jacket is hit. Washed. I'll call that. Go. Oh, it's gonna be performance level. Watch something that I'm definitely that I know that I'm gonna be sweating in repeatedly. That's got the dazzles on it, I'm not sure. This was handmade or what? No? Oh. Jackets. I love this. This is amazing. These would be caught with my other. This one I had a bunch of clothes in there. Not going to try, but just get started it. Maybe I can go out for something. Now they'll be in here floating around somewhere. Let's sort all these out that I'm going to be throwing. Wash. Something. Sorry, it took a little bit longer than expected. Have to empty another pot out. No. Clothes are sorted. Food is put away. I guess it's time for another hydration break. Yeah, because my hands are wet and I'm not going to be touching those clothes with these wet hands. The reason I got the spoon is because as soon as I reach the 2-hour mark, I'm going to cut this off and watch some TV and enjoy some grub. So, there's that. And don't forget to join me on Sunday the 16th when I do some cooking on my stream. Because my food stamps will be coming in. So that's going to be fun. And what am I missing right now? There's something I should have been doing. I was thinking about. Yes. It's got my mind. Hydration is key though. Because of the way I clean, I'll smoke a little shit from one of my hookups to clean out my pipe, and then I'll be cleaning for up to 3 days without stopping if I don't force myself to sit down and have a glass of water. So that's why I have this system. Every time I finish one task, I sit down and force myself to do nothing but hydrate. Otherwise, I wouldn't drink anything. I keep going and going and going and cleaning until everything's clean. And that ain't healthy. So if you are a self-medicator and it helps you run around the house and get everything cleaned and organized, gets you the motivation you need, gets you awake, whatever. What I would suggest, what I do is in between every task that you do, after every task, sit down and force yourself to have a glass of water and hydrate, so you don't conk out. Actually helps with certain side effects too. So, and that book bag, I think I'm going to just use to tote around the apartment when I need to put shit back, because it's not really useful. It was a one-time. Yeah. That came from nowhere. This is cheap as hell. I'm not going to be using this for anything other than getting shit put from room to room. That's if I decide not to trash it, because I was trying to zip it up with just clothes in it at the pantry. And it has one zipper left, so instead of throwing it away, I'm going to be just using it when I need to cart multiple things from one room to another. Might as well put some music on or something while I hydrate. That way you guys aren't bored to tears watching me just drink water. Considering there's no conversation going on. Actually, you guys heard all those songs. So, maybe we'll sit. Since I'm giving you good health tips about, you doing that. Ooh. The Doom Doodler. Now for, I guess, the portion of this, my stream where I get into, mental health, because that's part of a happy home is a good mindset. So what's today's video? Find a good one for us to listen to. Ooh, that's one that I should probably listen to.
You ever wondered how trauma changes a person? Not just emotionally, but deep inside the brain. Maybe you've noticed it yourself. You're walking through your day, everything seems fine, and then suddenly you feel distant, like you're watching life through glass, or your heart pounds at something small and you can't explain why. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, you're not broken. These are your brain survival systems still at work, protecting you long after the danger has passed. When we go through trauma, our brain chemistry shifts. Circuits meant for short bursts of survival can get stuck in overdrive, shaping how we think, feel, and respond to the world. In this video, we'll explore how trauma reshapes the brain, and more importantly, how healing can rewire it back. It changes your brain structure. Imagine your brain as an airport. There's a control tower, a security team, and even a baggage claim area. They all have jobs. The prefrontal cortex, the control tower. This is the rational part of your brain. It helps you make decisions, solve problems, and calm yourself down. The amygdala, the alarm system. This little almond-shaped cluster is like airport security. It scans for danger. When it senses a threat, it sounds the alarm. And the hippocampus is like the baggage claim. This area processes memories, deciding what to keep, what to file away, and what's important for context. And here's the problem. When you go through trauma, the amygdala goes into overdrive, screaming danger at even the smallest, most harmless things. It becomes overactive, leading to a heightened sense of fear, anxiety, and a constant state of alert. On the other hand, your prefrontal cortex becomes underactive, making it harder to regulate emotions, impulses, and behavior. Decision-making and concentration suffer, and in moments of panic, it can even shut down completely, which explains why thinking clearly feels impossible when you're overwhelmed. Ever wonder why you can't remember parts of your childhood? Or why you get triggered by something random and can't really explain why? Trauma often shrinks the hippocampus, which leads to memory impairments and difficulty learning or processing new information. Dissociation and emotional
Well, that explains a lot because I don't remember a goddamn thing from my childhood.
One of the most common effects of trauma is dissociation, a disruption in the normal integration of memory, identity, and perception. You might feel detached from your body, as if you're floating outside of yourself. Or the world around you may feel unreal, like you're watching your life through a movie screen. At other times, emotions flatten entirely, and you go numb. No joy, no sadness, just emptiness. Dissociation happens when the brain's stress response system is overwhelmed. To prevent psychological overload, the brain essentially cuts the circuit, blunting emotional intensity and sensory input. It's like a fuse blowing out so the whole house doesn't burn down. In the short term, this mechanism is protective, but over time, chronic dissociation can leave you disconnected from your body, your emotions, your relationships, and even your own sense of self. And that disconnection often makes survivors feel stuck in the very place they most want to escape. Okay, midpoint check-in. Hey, you made it this far. Thanks for sticking around. It means you care enough to understand yourself or someone you love on a deeper level. And that matters. Don't worry, this is all going to make more sense as we go, and once it does, you'll see your brain in a whole new way. It traps you in a trauma loop. A trauma loop is what happens when your brain and body get stuck in survival mode. Instead of recognizing the danger has passed, your nervous system keeps replaying old patterns: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. It can feel like deja vu in your life, the same painful emotions, reactions, and even relationships repeating themselves. A slammed door, a harsh word, or even a random smell can trigger the same panic or numbness your brain once used to survive. Why does this happen? Sometimes the body's natural stress response never fully completes, so the trauma stays stored. The brain also builds shortcuts, associating harmless cues with danger. Each time you avoid a trigger, you get short-term relief, but it reinforces the loop. And the result? Heightened stress, overwhelming emotions, repeating old patterns, and a body that feels tense or shut down even when you're safe. The good news is, your brain can heal. Okay, so far this all sounds heavy, but here's the hopeful truth. The brain is plastic, moldable, and that neuroplasticity means your brain can grow, adapt, and rewire even after trauma. Healing takes time and often help. From therapy, community, but it's absolutely possible. Let's explore some of the most effective, research-backed ways to help your brain recover and grow stronger. 1. Mindfulness and grounding. When you're dissociating, mindfulness is like gently flicking the lights back on. It's noticing the feeling of your feet on the floor, the sound of a fan humming in the room, the taste of your coffee. Small grounding practices help remind your brain that you're here, you're safe, and this moment is real. If you want, you can try right now. Look around and name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This simple 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique can anchor you.
I'm gonna try that right now. I can taste the water. Can't smell anything. There's nothing to smell in here. I hear the air conditioner and the fan jiggling and this video playing. Not now, but 5 things and 4 things I can touch: beads, jewelry, cup, really. 5 things I see. I see that I have 5 viewers, 1 like. I'm at 1 hour and 53 minutes in, I see that I'm live, and I see a thing that says top fans.
2. Movement and exercise. Exercise isn't just about fitness, it's medicine for the brain. Research shows that movement helps rebalance stress hormones like cortisol and can even boost the size of your hippocampus, the part of the brain that processes memory and often shrinks under trauma. And the best part, it doesn't have to mean an intense workout. It could be as simple as walking around the block, stretching while listening to your favorite song, or dancing in your room. Certain practices go even deeper. Yoga, for example, combines movement, breath, and mindfulness. This helps regulate the nervous system, lowers hyperarousal, and teaches the body to feel safe again. Similarly, somatic therapies focus on tuning into body sensations, shaking, grounding, or gentle movements that release stored tension. These practices work because trauma isn't only in your head, it's stored in the body. Movement tells your nervous system the danger has passed. I can move freely again. 3. Safe relationships. Trauma often happens in relationships through abuse, neglect, or betrayal, which is why healing also happens in relationships. Finding safe people, friends, support groups, communities who validate your feelings helps rewire your brain's trust circuits. Every time someone listens without judgment or hugs you without harm, your nervous system learns connection can be safe. 4. Creative expression. Art therapy gives survivors of trauma a safe, creative way to express what words cannot capture. Through drawing, painting, sculpting, or collage, people can release hidden emotions, reduce anxiety, and make sense of painful memories.
That's why I do a lot of cleaning, and why this place looks really nicely decorated. A little bit of art for me.
Simple activities such as sculpting, creating visual representations, collage making, and creating a timeline can help trauma survivors build coping skills, rewrite their story, and find healing in new forms of expression. For many, creative outlets help release what's stuck, becoming both a voice and a path back to wholeness. And 5. Therapy and professional support. Therapies like EDMR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, and somatic therapies are specifically designed to help the brain process trauma. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and internal family systems, IFS, also offer tools for reshaping thought patterns. If therapy feels overwhelming or out of reach, even starting with small online resources, podcasts, or communities where trauma is talked about openly can be a step. Trauma may have rewired your brain to survive, but with these strategies, you can rewrite it to thrive. So what's one small step you can take today to remind your brain that you're safe now? If this resonated, you're not alone. If you feel comfortable, say, "I'm here" in the comment section and share one small step you'll try today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support our channel and help us make more meaningful content. Thanks so much for watching.
And that's gonna be what I'm playing in my...
Trauma doesn't...
I'll say that when I play my next water break. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing those videos a lot, just so people can get a better understanding of mental health, because I feel like everybody should, I think it should be mandatory for people to learn about mental health and all that, and psychology, because if everybody learns that shit, then the world would be more understanding and more accepting and a much better place. And I think everybody should have to hear that stuff about mental health and trauma, and it should be a class. It should be a whole class that people have to take. And they should have to go take those classes even in adulthood, to remain a positive piece of society. Should just be mandatory. Everybody should have to learn that stuff. And they should have, like, court ordered classes where, like, if somebody is, I think, if somebody's an asshole to somebody or whatever, that should be a crime and punishable by court ordered classes on mental health. I'm going to really start diving into that with my live streams because of how badly I have been treated in my comment section over the thing. It's not a punishment, or it's not to get back at anybody, it's to help people understand why I can't be around that abuse. You know, since I can't get it through to anybody, how how shit affects me and everything. I'm just gonna play those videos and discuss as part of my live stream. Mental health is going to be a huge part of this. And like I said, I'm going to be doing house cleaning, cooking, homemaking, anything that involves making a home. And one big part of that is good mental health. You don't want a bunch of lunatics running around your house and a lot of toxicity. You want to make your home a happy home. And that doesn't stop at the food or the ambiance or the interior decorating. That also requires acceptance and good mental health. So, it's going to be it. But, like I said, once I take care of the thing, then I'm going to be putting when I'm sitting here doing certain things that are boring, that people wouldn't be watching because of how boring it looks, I'm going to be playing stuff like that, so that it's going to be, I guess, replacing, I guess you could say, my dancing and singing, because I can't see any comments or anything. So until I take care of the thing, I'm going to be playing those mental health videos while I'm sitting here cutting fabrics or drinking water or doing something that people will find boring to watch. That way there's something there. A little bird to throw bad at my eye. But I'm probably going to have to mail some paperwork in on September 15th. I'm mailing paperwork in to take care of the thing. And then I'll get the ball rolling on that. If you guys want to help me take care of the thing sooner, I will tell you what to Google, and then you can go from there. My mother's name is Brenda Bristow, and she works at Core and Main Fire Protection in Columbia, Maryland. Use that information, Google it, if you want my live streams to have comments and conversations and you wanna talk to me without Cameo sooner than my set date. And we are at 2 hours and 3 minutes. So, do I think I'm gonna just wait until I have my whole thing filled up, and then I'll eat. My next task though is going to be haven't even thought that far. Yes, I have. I'm gonna be putting away my going out in style clothes in the where do they go? My really, really good clothes are all underneath my television. I very seldom go in that bin because I'll only wear clothes like that when I'm performing, and I've only dug in there to pull something out of there 4 times, not even 4, because of I've been to karaoke 4 times since I've been to St. Louis. And 2 of those times I wasn't even in this living here at this apartment when I did. So, I've only dug in that bin to find something to wear twice. Well, if I did any more than that, it would be probably because of dancing on my live streams. But the after parties that I do, I'm not going to be doing them either until the thing is taken care of. Either the thing has to be taken care of, or I have to get my watch hours in. Then we can do after parties. But one of those things has to be done. And I'm going to be I need to check my hours too. Now, my hours have been declining too lately. Like I was at 1,990, I think, at one point, and now yesterday it was 1,940. Now it's 1,960 as of August 8th. Well, that was the day I did my unboxing. The hell? Oh. Ooh. That 4-hour live streams should be good. That's 345 views, good. No, I'm getting back up there. And I heard that in February of next year they're gonna be upping the hours that you need to qualify, so I'm really buckling down on these live streams and really putting a a direct theme towards them, like homemaking, I guess. And like I said, once I get the thing taken care of and my watch hours in, I'm gonna be a lot more lax. And once the thing is taken care of, I'll put the comments back on and allow chat. And then once I get my watch hours in, I'll have after parties where for my viewers after the live. So what I do with my after parties that I used to do, that I will be bringing back once I get enough watch hours and start making money on YouTube, my after parties will. What I do is I have my live stream like we're doing now, and then I end my live stream, and right after that I go back on and I start dancing and singing to copywritten material, and then take that stream and delete it right before it, right as soon as I end the stream. I delete the stream, that way I don't get any copyright strikes. So for my channel to get back to the way it was, the thing needs to be taken care of before I communicate with anybody. Well, before anybody can communicate with me. And then I need to be monetized before I do my after parties. I'm really buckling down on this. So, but I'll still try to make it interesting. Bear with me, I guess. And as soon as I finish this, I'm going to be putting my painted clothes away. After I sort through that. You can see where all my fancy shit is. Now, this, might as well just make it a 3-hour. My pot of boiling water. I knew what that would fall out this ice cube. Ten minutes, and then I think I'm gonna just keep going for another 45 minutes since we're going strong here. And what was it? Now what? Yes, because as soon as I fill that container up that I have out there, I'm going to be emptying the trash bin. So, if you guys were watching my morning stream that I did earlier, there was I was cutting graphics out of my shirts that are I have graphic shirts, and I'm going to show you. This wall here is totally blank. That wall right there, actually no, that's going to be my Mama Mia wall. This is going to be where I'm going to be putting all the graphic shirts. Like, that's a shirt, and I'm just going to put all the graphics up here. It's going to be looking like one of the walls of Hot Topic where they have all the shirt displays. And I'm going to call this the Graphic Graveyard, where all the shirts go to rest. And once that wall is completely covered, I will start, I guess, putting them in other places. Now, what to do next? Since I'm going to keep going until I get to the 3-hour mark. All the like dirty clothes, and I got one from pantry. blue technology. Right. Light colors. Wash immediately. Whew, good. Oh, that's really nice. Did I open that back yet? Yeah, around here. Look at that. Trying to get all this laundry done. And then that's probably why I'm starting to sweat. See, when you do house cleaning like me, you have to have your own, it has to have its own wardrobe. I wear sleeveless shirts, and no, these are more like lounging pants, but I'll do in a pinch for house cleaning. Take a breath. Good thing is, I don't plan on cleaning my floors or washing all my dishes until all this laundry's done. And I won't be able to get any cleaning fluid until the first of the month, so I got plenty of time to do my laundry. And that reminds me, now we can work on cleaning those graphics up. I was getting prepared for the graphic graveyard this morning. I'll be back. I'm going to hang this to the bathroom. And I'll show you what football team I root for. Only because I have it in my hand. If I didn't have this in my hand, I wouldn't be discussing it, but now I should put something else in here. After I clean that out. Use this. Use this. So no dyes or anything remain in here. I mean, it's all clean. Whatever was in here. So, need to make sure all the dye is out. Don't like it bleeding into what I have. Alright. Now, which bag is the this? These are black ones. The most. And the other one. What's that laundry detergent I had? I put that in the kitchen. Well, I have to run to the bathroom, and my kitchen sink is now my bathroom until all this is done anyway, because the only time I'm gonna allow myself to use my toilet is to take a shit, but considering everything's hanging up, that's why I have that Febreze spray too, so my clothes don't smell like that. But I will be right back. I have returned. Laundry detergent. Came from the pantry. Pour a little bit of this in here. Still. Let's stick this out there. Now, 2 minutes. 25 minutes left. And then I'm gonna eat something. I'm gonna have a meal break. But for now, hydration. Oh, another thing that I plan on doing once I take care of the thing is I'm going to be um, accepting calls because I'm going to help people by allowing them to call into my live stream and discuss what they're going through. Basically, like if you guys are familiar with the TV show Frasier, how a bunch of people would call into his show and he would give them advice and what have you. It's going to be like that, but it won't be just me helping you out with your whatever you need help with. It'll be the comment section. People in the live chat are going to be, it'll be building everybody up. So once I take care of the thing, I'm gonna turn the comments back on. I'm gonna have live chat on, and I'm gonna open a phone line too, so that people can call in and chat and help each other, help with mental health, and if they have something they need to get off their chest, a chip on the shoulder, some exciting news, I'll be listening. I'm gonna build this channel up to be a very positive and uplifting community where we support each other, build each other up, and make our homes happy. Why? Because I am the Horny Homemaker, and I make happy homes. So, a lot of changes going on right now. My whole channel is pretty much under construction and rewiring. So, bear with me. And it'll probably get back to the way it used to be once I take care of the thing and I get monetized. Then it'll be better than it used to be because, like I said, the added feature, a phone line opened up. And then I'm going to probably start doing Golden Girls trivia once I am able to get into character dress up when I have everything I need for that. And that will require a shaving kit and makeup and everything else because I don't do Golden Girls trivia. Blanche does Golden Girls trivia. And I've jumped into her character a lot when I was living back in Maryland. And I still want to get back into that. So, did I empty the pot while I was out there? I gotta check on that. We got 20 minutes left. Be right back. And now, to bring to light something, since I'm going to be taking a little hydration break now, might as well put some more mental health videos on for us to listen to. think everybody long-term trauma. Yeah, we can do that.
Stronger, it messes you up. It leaves scars that don't fade and shapes how you see yourself in the world. Many of us try. Trauma doesn't make you stronger, it messes you up. It leaves scars that don't fade and shapes how you see yourself in the world. Many of us try to bury it. We tell ourselves it's not that bad, that the past should stay in the past. But it lingers in your thoughts, your choices, your relationships, often in ways you don't realize. They quietly shape our lives, keeping us trapped in cycles of pain. But there's hope. Awareness is the first step to breaking free. In this video, we want to validate your experiences, because your pain is real, your trauma is real, but you're not broken. You're not a defect, and you're not alone. What makes you stronger isn't the trauma itself. It's your resilience. Your ability to face the pain, understand it, and rise above it. And that's exactly what we're here to help you do. Here are 5 signs your trauma you up and how to break free.
I can't believe she said
1. Disconnection and rejection. Always bracing for heartbreak. When you go through trauma, you develop deep beliefs about yourself and the world, especially when your emotional needs aren't met. Psychologist Jeffrey Young calls these maladaptive schemas, unhealthy thought patterns that can keep you stuck.
The hell just happened?
Imagine this. You send a message to someone you care about, and hours pass without a reply. A simple delay turns into an emotional spiral. Did I say something wrong? Are they mad at me? Are they going to leave me? This is the disconnection and rejection schema. It often forms when caregivers were distant, insistent. As a child, you learn to expect relationships to end in pain. And now, as an adult, you might feel hypervigilant, constantly bracing for rejection. You're not overreacting. You're responding to old wounds. Studies even show how this schema connects to anxious attachment, making you replay breakups or arguments in your mind long after they're
What the hell?
over. It's exhausting and it's lonely. But the fear of rejection isn't who you are. It's a reflection of what you've been through. Healing begins when you remind yourself, will leave. And you're deserving of connection that feels safe. 2. Impaired autonomy and performance. Doubting yourself on repeat. Think back to the last time you faced a challenge. Did you feel ready to take it on? Or did a voice whisper, you can't do this, you're gonna fail? That voice is often tied to the impaired autonomy and performance schema. This pattern forms when, as a child, you were criticized too much, shielded from challenges, or left to believe that mistakes defined your.
Why the fuck does it keep pausing itself?
Now, even when you're fully capable, you hesitate, overthink, and brace for disaster. We are not alone in this. Research shows people like doctors struggle with imposter syndrome, feeling like frauds despite their success. This constant self-doubt can leave you stuck, robbing you of opportunities and joy. But here's the truth. The mistakes you fear don't define you. Taking small steps to challenge these beliefs can help you see the capable, resilient person you've always been. Defectiveness, shame, believing you're broken. Here's a tough one. Have you ever felt like something about you is just wrong? Like no matter what you do, you'll never truly be enough. This is the defectiveness or shame schema, and it runs deep. It often forms when harsh criticism, rejection, or comparison in childhood leaves you believing you're unworthy of love. Over time, this belief turns into shame, making you want to hide your true self for fear of being judged or rejected again. Research shows that when you feel broken or unlovable,
God damn, what the fuck?
deeply affect how you connect with others. You might hold back, avoiding close relationships because you're scared of being hurt, or you might fearing you'll be abandoned. These feelings of being flawed or like you don't truly belong can weigh heavily on your heart and pull you into a dark, depressive place. The weight of shame is isolating, and it can make you feel like no one could ever truly understand. But while it makes you want to pull away, what you're really craving is connection, a chance to be seen and loved for who you truly are. The more you acknowledge your worth, the more you'll see that you're not broken. You're human. And while the hurt may run deep, so does your capacity for healing. 4. Other directedness. The people-pleasing spiral. You're exhausted, burned out, and in desperate need of rest. But someone asks for help, and before you can think twice, you say yes. Sound familiar? This is the other directedness schema, where love and approval feel tied to how much you give.
Why the fuck does this thing keep pausing itself?
Growing up, you may have learned that your value came from putting others first, even at the cost of your own needs. Nice. It's about never feeling like you're enough unless someone else approves. Psychologist Harriet Breaker calls this behavior a disease to please. Like any disease, it's exhausting. You might feel overwhelmed by the weight of others' expectations, but you don't have to carry it alone. You've been there for everyone else, and now it's time to be there for yourself. Your well-being is just as important as theirs. You might try practicing saying no, setting boundaries, and making sure your own needs are met first. It might feel terrifying at the beginning, but setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's how you show yourself the same love and care you've been giving others for so long. It's okay to let go and breathe. Enmeshment, undeveloped self. Lost in someone else's shadow. Do you ever feel like you don't know who you are outside of your relationships? Like your happiness depends on someone else's, and without them you'd feel completely lost. This might be what's called enmeshment, a term introduced by family therapist Salvador Minuchin. It describes a family dynamic where emotional closeness is more important than being your own individual. When this happens, children often grow up feeling like their emotions and decisions are tangled up with their parents' or siblings' feelings, instead of learning to develop their own sense of self. As an adult, this can show up as a struggle with knowing who you are, where you're going, and a constant fear of being alone. You might find yourself depending too much on others for validation, having a hard time making decisions without input from others, or feeling anxious when you're not constantly in contact with loved ones. Sometimes this can lead to staying in unhealthy relationships just to avoid the pain of being alone or losing that emotional connection. It's painful when your sense of self feels lost in the shadows of others. But even when it doesn't feel like it, remember that you are your own person. You are whole and complete, just as you are. Can you relate to any of these schemas? Share in the comments. Chances are you're not alone. Others might be going through the same thing, and you might find
The service.
comfort in each other's experiences. Here's the thing. These schemas aren't your fault. They were survival strategies your brain developed to protect you. But now, they're holding you back. The good news, healing is possible. Therapy, self-reflection, and a lot of patience can help you unlearn these patterns and rewrite your story. The first step is recognizing them.
Who the fuck keeps calling from Washington?
After all, you deserve a life that isn't dictated by old wounds. A life where you can thrive, not just survive. Could it be that something's holding you back from that first step? Let us know in the comments if you feel comfortable. But whatever it is,
Phew. Well, I see somebody's been calling me. Time to change my number. Yay me. Get that, you motherfucker. There you go. Call that. Oh, wait, you don't have the number. Goodbye. Good. How do you like them apples? I just changed my number. That's the beauty of having a Text Now app, by the way. If you guys want to save money on your phone bill and you have a Wi-Fi connection, internet, just download the Text Now app, and it's so fucking easy to change your number. If you have people calling you and, you know, blah blah blah, well, perfect tool for that. Now they're really fucked. Because the one and only way that I forgot to edit is now done. They done fucked up. Oh well. I wonder what the fuck they're gonna do with their pathetic lives now that they can't contact me unless they use my Cameo. Yeah, call me now, you motherfucker. And how are we on time? We are at 2:52. I'm gonna end this at the third hour, and I'll check my emails as well. Oh wait, I don't have emails coming in. Yay me! Huh? How the fuck do I have $73? How the fuck do I have 70? Oh, I ain't complaining. Hey. Yeah, I set up a secret email address for absolute necessities. So there. If you guys have nothing to do with your lives and want to try to reach out to me, go ahead, try. Because every time I get somebody reaching out to me, I will do what I can to change it, block it, download apps to do that, or whatever, because I'm done being harassed. I ain't gonna respond or nothing. The only thing you'll get is a stronger firewall and a stronger blockage system. The more you call, the more you get through, the harder I'll work on making sure you don't. So I guess you guys, if you want to be assholes and try to reach out to me and harass me, go ahead, because then it'll help me test, and you guys can be my guinea pigs and see what I need to do to make it a stronger system, stronger firewall. But we got 5 minutes left on this thing. So.
Been around a narcissist? If you have, you know being around one can make you feel like your soul is being sucked dry until there's nothing left. Sanderson's sister style. Sometimes we brush off this draining feeling and even change how we act to please the narcissist because we love them and in hopes it placates them. It may seem harmless, making 1 or 2 tiny changes, but those little tweaks can take big chips out of you and who you are. Let's take a look at 5 ways narcissistic abuse changes who you are, according to science. Number 1, literal brain damage. Our brains are the most intricate and delicate of puzzles. When one part of our brain is stimulated or changed, other parts need to adjust to compensate. When you experience consistent narcissistic abuse in your life, your brain will change to compensate for this treatment. In her article, Long-Term Narcissistic Abuse Can Cause Brain Damage, author, educator, and researcher Kim Saeed explains that both the amygdala and the hippocampus are both negatively impacted by being a victim of narcissistic abuse. The amygdala, which controls our life functions and fight or flight response, can get to a point where it's constantly on, meaning you constantly feel on edge. Your hippocampus, which is crucial for short-term memory, can decrease in function the more you're exposed to narcissistic abuse. This means they can gaslight you even easier than before. These decreased brain functions are a huge way narcissistic abuse can change you. Number 2, unknowingly becoming part of the cycle. If you see a young child screaming in a store, you might think to yourself, "Aw, they can't tell their parents what's wrong." But what if you see a teenager doing the same thing? Do you still have the same thought? Chances are your thoughts shift to, what were you taught as a kid? Emily Labatut of Southern University Law Review wrote in her article on the effects of narcissistic abuse that a healthy interpersonal relationship is where the individual can see the situation from their perspective, as well as someone else's perspective. However, if your parent was a narcissist, they only saw things from their own eyes, because only they are important. In 2021, this idea was proven by University of Amsterdam researchers in a study monitoring children of narcissistic parents, both on and off social media. Unless the child makes a conscious decision to stay off social media and or act differently, they're more likely to become a narcissist themselves. That's a fun idea. What if Cinderella became just like her stepsisters? Ugh, let's move on. Number 3, forced agreeableness. We've all heard of Pavlov and his dog. Humans are the same and can be conditioned. If you are used to being around a narcissist and them getting mad at certain conversations or actions, this can condition you to act and speak in certain ways. In IMEdPub's Health Science Journal, Rivka Edery, PsyD, explains that a child with parents that are authoritative, rejecting, and traumatic towards the child can grow up with certain learned or conditioned personality traits, such as introversion, kindness, and agreeableness. Now, we're not saying that introversion, kindness, and agreeableness are bad qualities. However, they can be negative when you act this way to stay out of a narcissist's crosshairs. Number 4, PTSD, but for narcissistic abuse. Abuse comes in all shapes and sizes. When you're experiencing narcissistic abuse consistently, it's possible that you can develop a sort of post-traumatic stress response. This response is called narcissistic abuse syndrome, or narcissistic victim syndrome. Registered psychologist, registered social worker, and writer Shirley Porter lists the symptoms of narcissistic abuse syndrome as confusion, fear, guilt, shame, low self-esteem, and reduced self-confidence. So the longer you're around a narcissist and their abuse, the more at risk you are for developing these thoughts and feelings. Remember, you are loved and important, even if a narcissist is telling you otherwise. Please reach out to a mental health professional if you've experienced narcissistic abuse. And number 5, changes to your self-esteem. Have you ever had a day where you're feeling amazing, your fit is on point, and literally nothing can knock you off your pedestal? These days may not happen as often in the presence of a narcissist. In 2018, a different group of researchers from the University of Amsterdam did a study on narcissistic leaders and their followers. They found that the lower the follower's self-esteem, the more abusive they perceived their leader. Due to the follower's low self-esteem and consistent negativity from the leader, the follower begins to do more seeking the leader's approval, almost a carrot on a stick that the follower never obtains. This ultimately resulted in reduced performance and higher rates of burnout. Narcissistic abuse is like erosion. You may not see a change immediately, but over time, you can see the drastic difference. Have you ever experienced narcissistic abuse? Did you see any changes in yourself after a while of being around that garbage? Let us know your story in the comments below. We have more videos on signs of narcissistic abuse here if you want to learn more. As all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna piggyback on that before I end this. So if you guys are around, if you guys know anyone who is a narcissist, I strongly recommend that you break all your ties with that person and get as far away from them as possible, because they are soul crushing people. And here's how you can spot one, because I'll be right back. I'm gonna pour one pop because it's gonna. Because I look out for people who are in my position. So the ways to spot a narcissist is if you tell them something and then they go turn it around and put a spin on your words and then start spreading that to other people, or if you try to leave this narcissist, they will either come after you until you block them, and then they'll send other people after you to harass you and constantly belittle and everything, just disrespect you, and do whatever it takes for you to crawl back to them to get their approval. And even though they treated you like shit. So, like I said, if you guys are dealing with any of this, please get as far away from that person as you possibly can, and surround yourself with people who love you, support you, and want to build you up. And and I understand there are some circumstances where you have to be around someone, like if they're feeding you, housing you, paying your bills, employing you, or, well, fucking you doesn't count, because you can always find somebody else to go screw you if you want a little nookie. So, unless they're doing any of that, run away from them. Surround yourself with people who build you up and positive people. I do care about you guys, and I love you guys, and I'm gonna make this a very strong channel and build a lot of things up before I get back to things the way they were. So that my mental health is good and I can help people with more efficiency, I guess, more effectively. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you, I guess, either this evening or in another stream, or tomorrow morning. And I do my early morning streams. Love you guys. Remember, a tidy home is a happy home.